you know, if you deal with Pyramid and myself and my team, then we will give you, as you know, technical backup, full support, great product range, competitive pricing, and good service and delivery.
Since I was a little boy.
I know. I've been going to your dad's company about 25 years, I think.
Running around a screen print factory as a kid. But it's great to see how the industry is changing, you know, and it's becoming more eco-friendly, it's becoming easier to use, where, you know, when you do that and you're looking at it, is it ready to go? You know, it used to drive us up the wall. Yeah. But it's great to see now the transition where they're making it easier for us. Which helps.
With our suppliers are helping us to do that. We'll listen to what you say. If you said to me, I want this, I'll go back to my supplier and say, can we manufacture this? Is it a possibility? And then we'll look at how popular this product is. Oh, 100%. It was just literally, because, you know, you could rock up to any industrial estate, get out of your car and go, and you could smell the ink in the air, because it was all solvent-based inks being printed back then. So you put up anywhere, you could smell it. You knew there were screen printers there. And when you did go on an industrial estate, odds on there was probably 4, 5, 6 industrial screen printers there.
Really?
It was that big. The screen print was huge back in the day. Phenomenally massive.
Now there's probably 1 or 2 in every town.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And textile dominates the UK now in screen print.
Oh, definitely. Like you said, it's all gone to China, but we've seen how many different screen print garment shops used to be in the UK.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Freddie from Master Stitch.
And I'm Adrian from Quick Shirts. Welcome to Rag Trade Podcast.
And a quick shout out to our sponsors, Midwest Machinery and Casual Classics. Guys, I hope you enjoy the episode.
Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 7 of the Rag Trade Podcast. On today's show, we're joined by Dean from Pyramid. Dean, thanks for coming in, pal.
Hey Freddie, how you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Yourself?
Adrian? I'm very good, thank you.
We've been trying to get you on for a minute, haven't we?
I know.
Yeah?
I know, sorry.
Yeah, I'm glad you come down.
We're here, I'm looking forward to it.
So, let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
How did you get into the industry, Dean?
Basically, straight from school, really. I wanted to be a graphic designer. I had no experience in the graphic design field, and I saw a job advert which had graphic work involved at Adelco.
Was this in a magazine?
No, it was in the local paper. You know, back then you didn't have magazines, did you? It's a local sort of paper, little advert. And I saw it as Adelco screen process back in 1986. So 40 years ago this year.
40 years you've been in the game?
I have, a long time.
So, left school.
Yep.
Went straight into the job.
Yep.
And the rest is history, as they say.
It is. I started in the October of 1986. I wanted to be a graphic designer. They had a little wooden shed outside in their facility, which meant I started scraping off all the mesh off the old screens that would come back, freezing my arse off for 3 months.
Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Freezing my arse off for 3 months outside, and I said, look guys, this isn't for me. You know, I want a bit more than this. So I went inside, and you know, back then, a lot of companies weren't making screens in-house. So I think, you know, going on an average week, Adelco is making something like 2,000 frames a week for all walks of life. You know, Beecham's, Johnson & Johnson, credit cards, t-shirts. So I went inside and then started learning how to make screens properly by different coatings and stuff like that. So that's where I jumped into the screen print trade.
So would they provide the screens ready to go, ready to
print?
print?
Stenciled, fully stenciled up. Yeah.
Wow.
So we made
fully done,
fully
exposed,
done.
Everything.
ready to put on a hand bench, because those days
so we would
we
manufacture
hand benches.
100%. We make wooden frames, we make aluminium frames.
Wooden frames?
Yeah, back in the day. They were huge. They were huge because they were cheap.
Yeah.
You know, we'd make curved frames for the helmet people and everything else. It was just a full-on industry that people didn't make screens in-house, or not very many people.
Because it was a ball ache, right?
It was a ball ache.
You did a load of machinery.
And the investment, yeah. So I say we used to make probably a couple of thousand screens a week, which was phenomenal. You know, you're making a lot of screens a day going out the door. They had to be right. A lot of them in various different languages.
Oh, yeah.
So you're proofreading like Arabic, which you don't know nothing about, but you're looking at it going, I hope that says the
Just
right
trying to
thing.
match it.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
So, when you had to match it, right, did you ever find that things went wrong? Or was it
No,
measure twice, cut once.
Yeah, we were pretty sort of spot on. You know, it was all artwork and bromide back then. So you know, it was none of the inkjet films. There's no wax systems or lasers like there is now.
It was posies, right?
Posies.
Hand drawn posies.
No, it was like bromide. So you put it in tanks and you done all bits and pieces and separate them. Yeah, but it's all done on computer.
Man, see, we're lucky here, right? We use a spider, so
You got wax.
you know now it's literally load it on, make sure the screen is straight on the machine, push the button, and you can walk away.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, totally.
And you don't need folders and folders of posies. The agent will come back 2 years later and say, "Where's this job?" We
Got a
don't
repeat
know,
order.
you know?
It's gonna take ages to find it out. Make the poses when you've got mark, you need to remake them, and this day is just digital image.
When it goes,
to the software,
technology is amazing. Love it.
printed, it works.
So from going from Adelco,
Yep.
so you learn basically bottom up, right?
Everything.
So how long was you at Adelco for?
I was there for 9 years.
Long time.
Yeah, so I was learning to do hand printing on some of on the carousels, and we're doing stuff as well. Yeah, manual prints. I was learning all different kinds of coatings. You know, 1 minute you're making a screen which is a one-on-one coat.
Yeah.
So you're making screens for the Ministry of Defence, like the microelectronics industry, where you are coating up to 400 or 500 micron thick by hand.
That's big.
It's phenomenal. And it had to be spot on accurate.
And what would they use those screens for?
Missiles and stuff like that.
So
you
to
know.
print like the codes on the sides
100%.
and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
So it's all Ministry of Defence, all secretive, all had to be signed for.
And would they use a special ink on that?
Not realistically, like a 2-pack ink on the metal
Okay.
on the metal cans and that, yeah. So
It's fascinating.
Yeah,
See,
it was
we,
amazing.
We don't know about all of that. We
No.
are just garments, you know,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
never. But when we think of screen print, we only think of garments.
It's
But
huge.
screen print can be done on everything, you know? Glass, metal, wood.
fine art.
Yeah.
I've
There's a
got
whole nother
fine art
side.
printers now that are printing up to 30 colours. You know, to create the brush strokes that you see from a fine art print.
That's mad.
It's phenomenal.
When they do that, are they printing colour by colour?
Yeah.
They're just one by one
Yeah.
by one, right? So it's not on a big
A
carousel.
lot of them now are blending. No, it's one by one on hand tables or semi-automatics. And a lot of them now are blending that with like foiling, with digital.
Yeah.
So they're making this whole picture just come to life.
That's on one of them like vacuum machines
Yeah.
where they have and they pull the squeegee
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
it.
right?
Yeah,
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 I saw
yeah.
that.
Big table.
That's
Big
mad, isn't
tables,
it?
yeah, 60-40 size, you know, 60 inch by 40 inch on a print.
Have you seen that sort of industry die out, where it's all gone digital now? You know, you know where we are now. The digital prints are almost as good
Yeah.
as the screen prints. Have you seen that kind of industry drop off?
I have seen a lot of change because obviously, as we said, there's a diverse range of screen print. I mean, you know, I was very heavily involved with the industrial sector with circuit board printing, which used to be huge in the UK at one point. Circuit board print was phenomenal. And you saw that industry decline, you know, where these printers
went abroad?
Went abroad.
Cheaper.
China import.
100%. You saw, you know, CD, compact disc was massive.
CDs.
I mean, again,
tape
very
backs.
like a carousel print, but a lot smaller base.
Yeah.
But these guys were knocking out 50, 60,000 discs a day.
Is this like pad printing where it's
No, screen
this is screen print.
Yeah, all UV ink. Yeah, literally a round disc. These guys were printing, you know, 130, 350 lines per inch screen. You know, back in the day, just 50,000 sort of prints a day. Phenomenal. So that's all gone because that used to be huge over here. I was having a conversation with someone a little while ago, and their son didn't even know what CD was. This is 15, and I was like,
That's mad,
Difference
isn't it?
between generations.
Of
Huge.
course.
Huge.
But if we look at like our dads, it was 8 tracks
yep.
and tape packs, and then they went to CDs and then MP3s.
Yeah.
So I remember my first MP3 player, 128 megabytes. I could get like 12 songs on there, and I thought I was the bee's knees.
Walking around like that. Look at me.
You know, and now, look, we've got phones that have got, you know, terabyte gig and all of this, and it's a shame in one way,
Live streaming.
but it helps in another, you know?
But vinyl's making a comeback, I hear.
Yeah.
So
Well, vinyl's always had that strong underside with the loyal
Yeah, yeah.
people, but now,
Southern Soul and
yeah,
all that.
like I
Northern
went
Soul.
into HMV the other day, which I haven't been in for years, and they're selling vinyl.
Okay, yeah.
You know, because we can stream all the songs for nothing, that tangible asset, people love the idea. Look at my vinyl, you know,
Yeah, just to
it's
have
good.
it on the shelf.
Yeah,
And it's tactile.
yeah.
Still there.
You can still touch it.
Yeah.
So, Adelco for 9 years,
Yep.
learn everything to do in the business, right? Then from Adelco, So 87 we were at Adelco. 86.
86 at Adelco, so 95 realistically I moved out.
Where's next?
Well, I wanted to go on the road. I wanted to sort of get into selling. I felt there was more to offer than what I was physically doing, and it was whether do I jump ship, do I change career, or do I stick in what I've learned. So I thought, well, I'm sure I can sort of take my knowledge into the marketplace. So I was approached by a company called Coat Spoons Limited, CSL.
Still about?
I think they're still going now on a much smaller scale, but again, that's where they were doing a lot of compact disc CD work. You know, they were coating screens for the industry and making stencils.
I'll just stop you, dude. Garments, was that almost like a secondary thing to the CDs and the MOD stuff? And
When the graphics, when you look at the different sectors, I mean, graphics point of sale was phenomenally huge. I mean, these guys were using, one customer would be using a pallet of emulsion a month because the frame size is like 3.5, 4 meter long by 2 meter wide.
big one.
Big, huge. The
And
UV
would they coat that in one go using like
coat machines, yeah. I mean, I've seen coat machines that, you know, have been buried into the floor and are like 5-6 meters tall up into the ceiling.
mad. That's mad.
Massive. But these guys were spending so much money on products. You know, you regularly had graphics accounts spending 25-30 grand a month with you.
Back then in the 90s.
Back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, that's
And
crazy.
CD printers, you know. Well, CD print was more like later on. You know, these guys were spending a fortune because we were stretching 5,000 screens a week for some CD printers.
That's crazy.
Yeah. This is when I joined Absolute, Total Pyramids.
That is crazy.
Huge.
So joined on with CSL Coatings.
Or Coated Screens Limited, CSL, yeah.
And got on the road.
And went on the road. I mean, literally it was 6 weeks training in the office, which back then sort of contained a cardboard box full of printed leads, which you had to then
Sift through.
sift through, cut out, put into areas. And you didn't have sort of sat navs then. You didn't even have mobile phones then, really. They were just coming into play.
Maps, right?
Yeah, so it was maps. So I had various other counties to cover, mainly down the south, southeast, southwest. You put these into the file, and it was like 6 weeks later, I'm learning nothing. So I thought, right, okay. I remember a customer ringing up, wanted an ink delivered. I said, you know what, I'll take it. And I threw myself out into the road, and it was probably one of the loneliest parts of my life ever. Going from a production environment
On the road, yeah.
to going on the road and and knocking doors because people didn't know you. I mean, Sericol back then, who are known as Fuji now, were huge. You know, they dominated. Them and Sun
They were
Chemical.
number one.
They were number one by far.
By far, yeah.
By far. Sericol and Sun Chemical dominated the industry. They had a multitude of very good quality reps, great product ranges, and you are knocking doors where these guys are owning the businesses basically.
So you were fighting against it, right?
100%. So for the first sort of like 6 weeks of knocking doors, you're getting up at like 5:30, 6 in the morning. You're out. You're banging the door. Can I come in? Blah blah blah. And a lot of people were telling you to bugger off.
Yeah, cool.
Because I mean, Sericol.
Yeah.
And I remember I got a big opening in one company where I kept knocking his door, and every week he'd say to me, "Not interested. Not interested."
And suddenly,
I knocked the door, and he said he had a big problem. And because I'm a production guy and I come from screen,
You got the knowledge.
I said, look, let me in. I'll see if I can solve the problem for you. And I did, and that's where it snowballed. And the guy was like, great. And that was a credit card company. And probably in the first 2 months of trading, he was up to sort of like 10-15 grand a month with me. And it snowballed
So a
from there.
light bulb
100%.
went off, you
100%.
thought hang about,
Yeah.
keep going,
Yeah.
and you'll try. It seems to be the same story. Right?
Try and try again. Don't
You
give
will
up.
get told no 100 times.
100%.
You get that one chance,
Yeah.
and then it just like a rocket.
100%.
Same with us, you know. Kept getting told no, not interested.
You've got to be
not
tenacious.
interested.
You've got to go for it and say, yeah, I can do that.
You've
I
got
can
to
do
want it though
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
I've seen that.
But I didn't go out as a salesman. I went out as, look, I'm not a salesman. I'm a screen maker in a suit. Effectively, that's me. I've been making screens for the last 10 years.
so that was helping you a lot.
Of course.
To prove the customer that the knowledge might go together with a product you want to sell to.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. Well, look, you imagine if someone new came in and banged on the door and said, we've got all of these products, and you ask a very simple question, right, that you already know the answer to, and they give you the wrong answer, it puts the terrible taste in your mouth. You've got to know the
Someone
bottom
trying
up.
to sell me something which he don't know what is.
Yeah. How are you going to do it?
See you later.
100%.
Yeah, I'm the same
That's
now.
any industry.
He was on the winning position
Yeah,
then
yeah, of
because
course.
you know
Had
what
the
you're selling.
background, yeah. Had the background.
But what we're forgetting though, he had to do this 9 years dog work,
Yeah.
right? Learn it from the bottom up,
Yeah.
doing every shitty job,
Yeah, totally.
to then be able to, like, you've got to do your knowledge first.
Back then, the chemicals that are used to reclaim screens, we were in enclosed rooms bouncing off the walls with the smells. You come out there like how's it going? You're like, wow. Some days it was great.
Also the regulation those days.
Oh, it was a lot less, wasn't
Didn't
it?
care. There's no health and safety. What was that?
Nothing, isn't it? So doesn't matter what.
Who cared what went down the
AC
drain? Who
was
cared about health and
containing.
safety?
No one did. Oh, I saw terrible things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Terrible things. So, got on the road,
Yep.
got the first lead in, right? Then you got a real feel for it.
Yep.
What happened next? Was it, right, this is what I want to do and I want to blanket cover the whole of the southeast?
Oh, 100%. It was just literally, because, you could rock up to any industrial estate, get out of your car and go, and you could
Smell it.
smell the ink in the air because it was all
Yeah.
solvent-based inks
Yeah.
being printed
Yeah.
back then. So you put up anywhere, you could smell it. You knew there were screen printers there. And when you did go on industrial estate, odds on there was probably 4, 5, 6 industrial screen printers there.
Really?
It was that big. Screen print was huge back in the day. Phenomenally massive.
Now there's probably 1 or 2 in every town.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And textile dominates the UK now in screen print.
Oh, definitely. Like you said, it's all gone to China, it's all. But we've seen how many different screen print garment shops used to be in the UK.
Yeah.
And look how many are now, Maybe 100, 200 if we're lucky. Where back when I was a little boy, it was thousands, But lots of smaller print shops as well, working, more closely with their customers. Now, sadly, everything's done on a computer,
Yeah, online web shops.
Yeah. And you can look
Or
good online.
outsourcing.
Anything can look good online.
Even I can look.
I
So,
said anything, not anything.
from the coatings company, where next? What was the next step?
Well, basically, I jumped out of the industry. I was sort of like, I'd done 3 years at Coated Screens.
So we're now up to like 98, 99,
Yeah,
somewhere
about
like
that,
that. Okay.
I jumped out of the industry. There was a company, did printing coloured magazines.
Okay.
Basically, they wanted
So
to.
life.
Yeah, but it was like a book and journal press.
Okay,
So they were
yeah,
very big.
yeah.
And they wanted to put this team together of like a colour management team where they wanted to get into the weeklies.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, well, look, let's jump ship. Let's have a look. Let's see. Because I knew ink, I knew bits and pieces going on.
Same concept, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. But I was successful enough to bring a couple of companies in to look at the business in big known companies on a weekly basis. But the company then turned around and said, we can't do these if we've got this journal on. And
Okay.
so it made me sort of sit and think, 4 months
Limitations,
down the
right?
line, this ain't for me. I'm trying to sell a product. You literally can't back me up. No.
Doesn't work.
No. So I jumped out. And that's when I met Alan Powley at Absolute Screen back then in the day, now Pyramids. We spoke and yeah.
How'd you meet him?
Literally, he rang me up. He said he heard I was looking for a job. So obviously I'd come back out of this game. Spoke to a couple of people and he said he'd heard I was looking for a job. So we met on like services and had a chat. And I remember sitting there and he said to me, go ask you a question. I said, what's that? He said, do you know what an RZ value is? Which is obviously the emulsion above the mesh. I went, yeah, do you? And we hit it off. And that was it. And
That's good.
Yeah, and that was 30 years ago, I suppose. Yeah.
So here we know it as Pyramid.
Yeah.
So it used to be called Absolute.
Absolute Screen was the original name.
And when did Absolute start? How long has that company been in the game?
Well,
Trading as this name or that name, whatever.
Absolute was going before me, before I joined them. And now I suppose Pyramid, realistically, I've been with Alan 30 years, Absolute and Pyramid. So yeah, I mean, it's
Long time.
phenomenal, yeah. 28 years, yeah, I know. Yeah.
So you joined Absolute Pyramid as sales,
That's sales.
out on the road,
Out on the road.
doing what you love, banging on doors.
Yes, I mean, Absolute at the time, or Pyramid then, were predominantly a graphics sector supplier, so all the large format screens, you had big names like Augustus Martin, Delta Display, Terry Smith's, these huge companies. They were all printing like the posters for Next in the windows and big displays and all this sort of. So some of these companies were, Next, people like spending like 10, 15 million a year with them on print, which was huge. But they were never in the industrial sector or the CD sector, which I was very much heavily involved in. So when I joined sort of Absolute, it was like, let's set up a department to get you into this sector. Because again, you didn't see the demise of it. You think, this is growing. I mean, You had companies like Universal Studios, EMI over here. They were massive.
Yeah, massive,
Huge.
massive.
So I joined them for that, to get them into that area.
So was garments back then? Garments were more of a secondary thing, where the CDs they were trying to push that through, right?
I didn't get involved in garment because, let's face it, you could sell inks to a graphics printer and make a lot more money on a graphics ink than you would on a textile ink.
Yeah.
Predominantly, textile inks have always been fairly cheap for what you get. I mean, you're getting a 5 kilo of ink.
7 kilos.
Yeah, but what you're getting is very cheap. I mean, I'm selling blacklit items now to industrial printers, and that is huge money.
Okay.
You're talking for a 5 kilo, probably 380 quid.
That's a lot of money.
Good money.
That's a lot of money. It's a good markup.
Yeah, great. Well, it does cost more, but
of course. But the percentage, though, if you work on your percentage,
if I had them all day, I'd be laughing. Yeah.
Of course. So, got in early-ish with Absolute, now Pyramid, right? And I take it when the CDs started to sort of drop off, right? And you saw that going maybe abroad, or we just saw that CD sales weren't as high as they were. What did you kind of do to move on to the next thing?
Well, I had a lot. I mean, I wasn't just CD. I was like, if you look, I was CD, I was circuit board, I was graphic, fine art. And I did get involved in textile, but more so just on the product side, never in the ink. So I've always been emulsions, chemicals, screens. So any company I'll go to, that's my forte. Textile inks was like, I don't want to get involved in that. I'm already doing the UV inks and the other inks. I don't need to get involved in that.
Why didn't you want to get involved? You didn't know it?
I didn't know it, no. It was one of those things where you look at it and go, I know the limitations of a UV ink. I know what we can do. And back then, we're talking again, I remember Alan saying to me, we're going to bring a new ink out. And there was a set standard in technology in LIFO called, back then, I think it was Foga 39L, which was a colour balance match. And I had a customer in Newcastle, which Alan said to me, go and find a local graphics printer. And obviously we're based down south. Find a local graphics printer that we can test this new ink in that wants a 4-colour process with no base. And back then, going into graphics printers, everybody would base. You throw a colour in, cyan, it's too strong, take it back out, base it back, throw it back in.
10%, 20%.
100%, yeah, it's always.
Same with us, isn't it?
Yeah. But we come out with this ink manufactured by a company called Seebeck, who nailed it. And I remember standing with an MD where they had digital, LIFO and screen all side by side, and you couldn't tell the difference. Looked identical. Yeah. And they won me the account. And Alan said, I said a local account.
It's
one furthest away.
And
it was phenomenal. Yeah, again, huge business. We were the first company to do it, I think. Serico were doing it, but I think we improved on it. And we won that account, and it was phenomenal business.
So going from the first one in Newcastle, knowing that you've now got the product that works and that you believe in, that you can back up, what was the next plan after that?
Just take over? Yeah, 100%. You try, but Serico was so strong. So you're knocking the doors all the time. But, yeah.
And did you find that once, because we know everyone in the industry talks amongst themselves, once you started to get a few and you started to get that name in the industry, did more people start to maybe inquire?
Of course.
Yeah?
Of course. And Alan had great contacts, Pyramid Alan had great contacts within the industry because he was very well known in it. He'd been in that graphics sector. He'd been a graphics printer himself. So he was out there. This guy's I've got 40 years. He's got probably 60 years.
How old is he now?
He's 76.
And done this all of his life?
All of his life.
So it's a shame because those guys, they've got great stories.
Yeah.
All the stuff that they've done over the years, all the bad things they've had to deal with, all the things they've had to overcome.
100%.
And they've now got it to a point where it's, Pyramid is a great company.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We love Pyramid. We use Pyramid all the time.
Our inks.
Of course. So,
yeah. No, we appreciate it. We love it. Thank you.
So where did you see the transition from where we're using the old styles, talking about posies and all of this stuff, to now going to what we are today? When did that all start to kind of kick off?
I think it was sort of demise more like of the image setters, wasn't it? Because that was the go-to. And image setters started, phasing out. I think inkjet printers started coming in. And it wasn't as good as technology, in my opinion, as an image setter. but it was a lot cheaper.
And it just began as well.
And it did, yeah. And so that phase of inkjet came in, and then obviously all of a sudden you started seeing the new wax technologies. I mean, laser, and that's been around for 25 years. There was, in the graphic sector again, there was like mini film. I'm trying to think of the name of what they were called now, direct projection they were called. And where these graphics guys were having image set films 3 meters long, you imagine the cost on that.
Oh, astronomical.
There was a company called Prodisec, I think they're called, who managed this like big fisheye lens. You had a vacuum that would seal the mini film to it, and then you had like a turn screw. This machine was on a turn screw, and you'd see it go back 5-6 meters to project this image on the screen.
And it was exposing.
It was exposing, but you know your screen is 4 or 5 meters away from the light.
So we've never seen any of this.
And
It's interesting.
Customers were saying to me, I'd go with an emulsion. The thing was, these manufacturers of machines would come out, but the emulsion manufacturers weren't working alongside them.
They couldn't keep up.
Well, it was like, you go to a customer, how long is the exposure? I don't know. Your light's like,
Let's see.
your light's right back there. So yeah, so now the technology now is amazing. I love it now.
But these, I mean, I grew up using net graft exposures.
Net graph
right?
exposure, yeah.
And I mean, at the print shop I learnt in, they had theirs for 20,
Yeah.
25
Yeah.
years, you know?
Yeah,
They were falling
there's
apart,
some around
but
now.
there's still
I
some
think Fresh Air's
going.
still got one in now, yeah, which might be 30 years old.
It's mad. But it worked.
Yeah, totally.
You know, you look after it,
Does the job.
Anything goes wrong, you change one bulb.
done. Very mechanical. That's what I like about that.
yeah.
Not with all these new systems and software update and all that. I guess it's double-edged sword, isn't it?
It's
You
all
know?
changing now. I mean, the problem is with the metal halide systems and those sort of bulbs now, they're being phased out. More like for the LED technology
Yeah,
nowadays,
yeah.
which has been coming in really strong. You guys got an LED here, haven't you?
Yeah, we got a Vastex one,
Yeah,
haven't we?
yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
Really good. And it's compact as well.
Yeah.
You know?
And what you get from start up to finish is the same output of
Yeah.
light bulb all the way through. So you don't get the change in age of bulb and stuff like this. So you haven't got to check your
Till
stencils all
the
the time.
10,000 working hours done,
Yeah,
you're fine.
yeah, totally. Yeah, that's what they quote.
But where are we now? I wish to go to the logos, yeah? Rack trade.
Mm.
Can you tell something what pyramids do in that sector of industry? Because probably people who gonna see it, they gonna listen the story from vinyl and CD prints and stuff. But we are in the rack
Of
trade.
course.
So what you supply, what you can give to customer,
Okay.
what your benefits of the company can be output to the customer, so they know they just code in and say, can I have this, that
Yep.
product? Of course you can have it.
Yeah.
What's that kind of
So basically, I mean, we have the full range for screen print. We have for the rag trade, for the t-shirt printers, we sell our own branded products in plastisol,
which is pyramid.
which is pyramid products. We have a range of water-based inks now that we are supplying into the UK because obviously water-based is getting very good.
Yeah, definitely.
We were selling Permaset. We're phasing that out. We're going to a company called CHT, which is a £500 million global company. So very well educated in textile engineering. We sell Avian, which is a huge corporation. American. And really exciting times with them at the moment because Rutland now from Avian are just launching out the M3 low cure ink.
Okay.
So that's really
We're
exciting.
talking about reducing the energy on
Yep.
the gas and bills and
Yep,
stuff
100%.
as it's low cure.
Yeah, and the feel is really, really nice. It's very soft. Color balance is really good. And the clever thing with it's like it's good for yourself. It's a drop-in product, so the colors are exactly the same. So where you may have
No
your
differences in the batches.
no. So basically, where you've got your M3 colors on the shelf downstairs, the low cure will come in. Once you've run out your yellow, you can just drop the yellow in. You haven't got to go. I've got to change a whole new
So
system.
that's
clever.
gonna be
Very
no
good.
massive gap.
That's good.
Of, oh, I need to finish my ink. Still, we're gonna take that on
Yeah,
board.
exactly.
Just
So the good
Making
thing
it
is,
easy.
exactly.
carry on till it's run
Yeah,
out.
so you'll have a drop-in product. So once all of a sudden you've changed all, because while it's a drop-in product, you still need to run it cure it at 160.
course.
As soon as it's all over, then you can run it down to about 130.
That will make a massive difference. That will
huge.
make a massive. I mean, our gas bill kills us.
Yeah, totally.
It does.
And the feel is really nice. It's a real good soft feel. It's all the latest sort of plasmas and polymers in this ink, so it's latest technology. It's really exciting.
All the inks highly certified.
Yeah.
All the
Oaky Tex
requirements.
approved
That's
and everything
important.
else. Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
So you've got by listening to what you're saying, you've got a real in-depth knowledge of what's going on here, which is great.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm testing fully next week. I mean, it's been fully tested now, but I'm testing and being shown the ins and outs, so I know when I come to you, or you've got a question for me.
Not bullshitting
Yeah,
us.
totally. Yeah, because there's no point in bullshitting. Just be honest. I mean,
Yeah, there is few competitors on the market which gonna offer similar products.
Yeah.
So if you want
And
your
promise
products
us the
to
world.
of course.
go out, you need
No
to prove
names.
it, correct?
Yeah, exactly. And I've always found that. I've always found if you're honest with the customer and honest in what you're doing, you know, people see that.
Yeah,
If you're
so
talking
important.
bollocks,
Same with
people
us.
see that too.
Same with us.
Yeah,
That's why we're still doing business together.
yeah, totally.
Product, quality, price,
Yep.
I mean,
easy
dude,
contact.
I've known you since I was a little boy.
I know.
Running
Well,
around
I've been going to your dad's company about 25 years, I think.
running around the screen factory as a kid. But it's great to see how the industry is changing, you know, and it's becoming more eco-friendly. It's becoming easier to use. Where you know we used to do that, and you're looking at it. Is it ready
Yeah,
to
I
go?
know.
You know, it used to drive us up the wall.
Yeah.
But it's great to see now the transition where they're making it easier for us.
Which
Which helps.
yeah, with our suppliers are helping us to do that. We'll listen to what you say. If you said to me, I want this, I'll go back to my supplier and say, can we manufacture this? Is it a possibility? And then we'll look at how popular this product could be. So, we're doing water-based, we're doing discharge, we're doing plastisols, own brand and Rutland brand. We do a range of amazing chemistry, which we're always looking to improve on that as well for cleaning your screens down to make sure that
So we're talking about screen washers,
stench removers, haze removers and stuff like that.
degreasers.
Yeah, we want your screens to be clean because let's face it, if you don't clean it properly, you're going to make a crap screen next time.
Yeah.
And over
Gotta
last
look after
40
the
years,
screws.
you're still offering frame stretching.
We are. Yeah, so
Everything under one roof.
100%.
But I just feeling
Yeah,
a
make it
bit,
easy.
You was focused more on other industry
in the early
products
stages,
in the early stages, but now the rag trade is a majority of pyramid,
it's
correct?
100%. Yeah, and I think when you look in the UK, the rag trade now is the majority in screen print.
Yeah, definitely.
For where it's been.
Definitely.
Where
I
it's
mean, we
been.
do get the odd piece of art that we get asked to do, but predominantly it is strictly garments now. You know,
It amazes me how many t-shirts, hoodies, sweats are printed and bags are printed a year.
Yeah.
It amazes me.
Where does it all
Phenomenally.
go?
I know.
Where does it all go?
Phenomenal.
In the back of someone's cupboard.
And this is the thing, and you look at that, and you look at how much ink is being used, and how many emulsions, screen emulsions, and screens and setups, and
People don't
Phenomenal.
think about this,
No.
you know, but they don't know. You know, it's a bit like us looking at food production. We just buy a finished packet of lettuce in a bag,
Yep.
and we don't know about the pesticides and the farmers and
Totally.
the washing systems and all of that.
But
Yeah.
someone there is controlling that.
Of
So
course.
the same in here,
Yeah.
correct?
Of
All the
course.
competitors needs to follow strict rules.
yeah, yeah, because
we can print with inks coming from
Wherever.
whatever.
there's certain
So
guidelines.
that's
I mean,
why
like
to
reach
see
and
you
stuff like this, governing
around
bodies,
and
yeah.
buy the inks from you guys
yeah,
is a benefit.
Yeah.
What I want to ask, do you think you're gonna keep it the same, or every now and then it will something new pop in? So
we're always
new
going to try and
base
improve it.
whites, new underbase grays.
We're always
Are
going
you
to try and
doing
improve.
that? The
Always.
improvements going
100%.
in the pyramid
100%.
on daily basis,
100%.
weekly basis?
Yep. If you look at the water base we're jumping into, the improvements on that, the safety, the sustainability is phenomenal. You know, and we're working with a company that is, I say, humongous, £500 million global company.
It's a big firm.
Massively. Yeah, so basically with the avian technology happening now and the M3 low cure, that is exciting. It's not just the mixing system they're doing. They have a range of chill inks. So everything now is trying to go more low cure, like the metallics and the barrier bases and everything else. So it's
With the same washing
Yeah.
possibilities.
100%, yeah.
Doesn't matter how many times you wash, the print will stay there.
Yep. So from our point of view, it's really exciting because we've got suppliers going, we can do this, we can do that. Let's take the market because, as you know, there's a lot of competition out there,
Yeah.
and a lot of the competition
We know
won't
they
do
bang
what-
on our door all the
exactly,
time.
and they're not going to be able to do what the big guys are really offering, and that's the reason they're the big guys because they put the money into it,
Yeah.
the effort into it, and they've got the backup there. So
Especially, we all know, one big owner got couple legs out,
Of course.
which are called differently, but it's similar products with a little bit technical changes.
Yeah.
To get something cheaper, you can go that route, but cheese for cheese.
Totally, yeah. You do get a problem somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
And we're doing it with everybody. We're like all our suppliers now. We're always looking for something new, and we've got some great new emulsions coming through. We've got some great new, even pallet tacks, you know, where we're bringing out water-based pallet tack that's good for hoodies and sweats. That's not really been around because, you know,
Yeah, we haven't heard a load about that so far.
So we're bringing that through. So I'll be sending samples.
We'd love to see that, of course.
Yeah, because everyone moans about sprays, as you know.
Yeah.
So there's lots of stuff we're working on.
I mean, we've got that sort of system on the Nate print machine, haven't we? But it's not there yet. We found that it needs a little bit more tinkering. It'll be bang on.
Okay.
So, what's next for Pyramid?
Some big changes happening for us. Alan, as you know, retired probably two years ago now. And the process is that me and Alan have been negotiating. So as I think it's 1st of June, July this year, that I will be taking over Pyramid solely.
Fantastic.
Obviously as a management buyout. So really excited by that. So it's,
well done, firstly.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That's big news, mate.
It's been a long time coming. You know, I've been with Alan a long time, and it was just the transition period had to happen. So that is going to happen, and then there is other advances going on where I'm working closely with some other people in the industry, like with John Potter and stuff like this, MHM. So there's a lot coming in the future. A lot of exciting things.
I can
happening.
see you're keeping the cards.
Oh, I am on that one. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Well, look, if I'm happy that it's you, apart from anyone.
Thank you.
You've been with us for so long.
We have.
You don't lie. You don't chat shit all the time.
No, we try and give you what you need. So
that's important. We need that in this industry. We need that.
Home delivery.
Yeah.
You did not mention that.
No, we do our own delivery.
Some of the customer are using competitors. I'm not saying you just go straight to Pyramid, but it's a big benefit for me.
Good,
when I
thank you.
called you in the morning, I know Jimmy is here.
The next day or that day. Yep.
Twice a week,
Yeah.
whenever I want. Hello,
We see
Jimmy.
that blue van pull up.
And you got to love Jimmy. He's a great guy. Our driver's a brilliant guy.
He always makes us laugh and
Yeah, he's
smile.
brilliant.
That's important.
Yeah, totally.
We like to work
He's
with
the face of
people.
Pyramid when he's out there.
That's it. We like to work with people, and we like to get it to a point where, you know, we just know everyone. Yes.
You're only as good as you're only as good as your team.
Yeah.
And the people you got behind you and working with you make your business.
You need to believe in them, but
100%.
most they need to believe in you as
100%.
well.
100%.
So interesting. So we're good.
Prices. What you think the Pyramids can offer to us as a rug trade, screen printers on textiles, that's your main bread and butter to give decent product and excellent price, because these days, you know, all of us look on a price.
100%. And it is getting harder what's going on in the world. We know
You
that.
say to the people that your product will beat anything on the market, and you will supply on constant basis. Base whites, screen washes. Do you have a product like that?
I think it's the whole thing. You know, if you deal with Pyramid and myself and my team, then we will give you, as you know, technical backup, full support, great product range, competitive pricing, and good service and delivery. And if we tick every single box,
It's a no-brainer.
you're going to work with us.
You're always available as well, which is what I like. I mean, I've had calls at you at 9 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
7 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
Saturdays.
In the morning, WhatsApp order.
But that's how
I
it
need
runs.
today.
That's how it goes. That's how you get ahead of
You go
everyone
above and
else.
beyond, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, this is our life, right? Let's be honest. We don't work a job.
No.
This is what we do. This is what we eat, shit,
It's in the
and
blood.
breathe.
It's in the
It
blood.
is.
Yeah, I've been
It
in it
is.
40 years. I
And you
know,
can't-
I know nothing else. It's in the blood.
It's mad, isn't it? Everyone else that we've had on this chair said the same thing.
is it?
This is not a job, it's a
Yeah,
lifestyle. And you always buy into the
Yeah.
lifestyle.
And I'm 55. I've got another 20, 30 years in this shit, I'm hoping.
I hope so.
I'm hoping.
So he will. He will. Dean, I want to thank you for
No,
coming.
no, thank
today.
you
It's
very
been
much.
fascinating
Thank
to
you.
see from slightly a different side someone else in the industry. So I want to thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thanks for your
much for
time.
coming,
Lovely.
pal.
Enjoyed it,
Thank you
guys.
very
Good luck
much.
with it all.
See each other
Great show.
later on.
You will. Thank you.
So guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time for another episode. See you later. Thank you.